I'm here with Dillon Alexander, a senior from Lambert High School down in Georgia, and he recently committed back in July to Jacksonville University. So we're gonna have him talk a little bit about what the recruiting process was like. So just to get us started, Dillon, talk a little bit about who were your final couple schools heading into to the end of the summer.
My final couple schools who are heading into the summer end up obviously Jacksonville University was my primary number one school, but other schools that had interest in me and I had interest in them were Tampa University and Young Harris College in Georgia.
Okay. And you said Jacksonville was the one you got to visit. So talk a little bit about what was that visit like? What was going through your mind, and what things were you looking for before you even set foot on campus? To be like, this is the things I need out of college.
The whole ride down there, me and my dad were kind of discussing all the questions that I could have been faced, that the coach was asking me, and what questions I should present him with. And it was a little bit shocking at first. It was like I wasn't expecting. He came in and was kind of like I didn't really have to buy my or sell myself. He was kind of selling himself towards me, so it was a little different approach that I thought. But it was awesome. I mean, it's everything that the coach presented to me and what we talked about my next couple of years playing down there. The school was perfect. I loved it.
Yeah, was there any one thing that stood out that either the coach said or maybe something you saw on campus be like, wow, this is where I want to play?
Just the scenery of being on campus, the ride on the river. They're actually getting a new facility when I'm going to be a freshman there. The new turf field, like 5,000 student stadium. It's gonna just the upcoming program, the tradition that they're starting there. We're gonna be tough hopefully the next couple of years.
Yeah. Okay. So I always like to ask the guys, especially the seniors, to kind of reflecting on the recruiting processes. What's I know you learned a lot of things when you're going through the process, but what's one big thing that you would tell a freshman, be like, hey, keep your eyes out for this, and this is something to kind of think about when you're starting this process and as you go through it.
I would say, even as a freshman or throughout any grade in high school, throughout any sport. Even a multi-sport athlete, just go to many colleges as you can. Really get the full feel for what your next 4 years of living is going to be like. The city you're in, the state you're in. If even like your coaches are going to be a huge part of that because they're pretty much going to be your mom and dad when you're away for a while. And it's just get the full experience out of it, especially if you're like it's something that you only really experience once in your lifetime, getting recruited by other schools. So.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Definitely a once in a lifetime thing, for most parents and kids. Speaking, since down at Lambert, I know you guys are a powerhouse year in, year out. They're always one of the schools that everybody's looking at to make a run for the title. Your story is a little bit different because you said you came from Colorado, and last year was your first year at Lambert. So kind of describe a little bit about that change. What was it like coming into Lambert? A team that is expected to kind of win, maybe not expected, but expected to at least be in the hunt for a state title year in, year out.
Yeah, the tempo of even to change, a huge difference from West Coast to East Coast it was crazy, but just the tempo of practice and just the little things of like off-season work and really getting into the weight room, really working on your stick skills. They run it like a college. It's like they're preparing you for college, and it's definitely a different experience than what I had at my previous school. Is not to kind of beat up on them, but it's just a different type of tempo. It's definitely a different experience.
Yeah, you said it was shocking the style of play. What was the biggest difference in the style from West Coast to Georgia?
Yeah, it was faster pace, a lot of just boom, boom, boom moving. Like the kids, the way they just connected, and the way everyone else just ran the different style offenses, and how you had different slides for defense. It's just learning pretty much whole new defensive playbook for me. But I still had the skills and everything, so I was able to be capable to jump right into it and hit the ground running. But just the tempo and the speed was the biggest things that I noticed.
Yeah, I talked to your coaches over the summer at Battle of the Hotbeds, so I know you guys got a lot coming back, but I always like to hear it from the players. So talk about what you guys got coming back for the upcoming season and kind of the dynamic of that.
We have all of our returning defenders from last year, which we made it to the state. We made the state championship and then ended up losing, unfortunately. But we have a lot of D1 commits, including myself, another close defender, one of my good friends, Logan Woods, going to UMBC. and or we actually have a junior and a sophomore coming up who are both competing for that starting position with us three, and it's going to be tight between them. Our goalie is phenomenal. He's currently verbally committed to Furman, I believe. And our midfield, it's going to be our defensive game. They're going to be on top of this year. We have a Connor McCann who's also looking to go to UMBC, and Justin Jean Felix he's quick on his feet. He has amazing defense. As a point of attack, our attack's going to be tough. We have a really good lefty who just works outside of the cage. And Spencer Wilson, who's also verbally committed to Furman, or I believe he is going to Furman, is just a tough right-hander who can just put it anywhere we want him to, and it's gonna be a good season. Hopefully, we can make another run for a state championship.
Yeah. How much of a difference did it make this summer? Because I know I saw you guys at Hophead. It didn't look like you guys weren't really the club team. I guess it was all the guys from the high school. How much of a difference did that make? Whether it was for you, I don't know if you played with them, got a chance to play with them over the summer, but how much of a difference did getting to play as a team at events like that make for you guys?
It was definitely a good experience between just the thought of us becoming the difference between playing in the playing in the South and playing in the North. It's definitely good for our team to get that experience, especially with our younger players who are coming up. Our midfield is a little young, but I could just, even myself and our coaches could see them developing throughout the years, playing in the Baltimore Summer Kickoff and Battle Hotbeds, as you said. That helped our team an extraordinary amount. So hopefully we can win it, get another state.